Alright. What's going on, people? As for myself, cruising through Montana here. Just stopped and got fuel and managed to mess that up somehow. Supposed to get like 103 gallons. I got 136 or something like that. So only off by a little bit, only off by 33 gallons. I don't know, I just lost track of what I was doing, but unlike most steering wheel holders out here, your boy actually understands why that's a bad thing to purchase too much fuel. It's going to mess up the IFTA taxes for my company. It's complicated, but they basically pay taxes on how much fuel they buy in each state. In some states, it's a hell of a lot more expensive to tax and all that good stuff. I don't know. The things you learn. But yeah, that's not really why we're here. I'm gonna get a nice little view up here. Oh yes, all sorts of mountains, boys and girls. All sorts of mountains. 78,000 pounds without that fuel, so probably dang close to 80,000 with it. But it's not why we're here either, is it? Stay on topic. So I have been running around here with bad reception on the cell phone, obviously. Mountains get in the way of stuff. So I've had a lot of time to think. And today I had myself a little revelation, I guess you would call it, about the general American citizen. And that would be that we are all idiots, first and foremost. Well, I mean, maybe not all of us. Generally speaking, idiots. Generally speaking. Not all, but most. I guess the idiots that I am talking about are the people that are making a certain amount of money every month and consistently blowing it every single month. Those are the idiots that I'm talking about here. Are the ones that make, I don't know, throw out a number, $4,000 a month, and they got, a $2,000 a month mortgage. They got $1,000 a month, car bill for, I don't know what you'd even buy a car that was $1,000 a month, but you get what I'm saying. They're maxed out, all this stuff. And I was thinking, why do people do this? This doesn't make any sense. People can look at their finances and be like, okay, hold on now. Like, we're not gaining capital over the course of time here. And that's how you should look at your money, is capital. Like, something that you can invest in other things. But we're not actually going up in value. We're staying... Yeah, you like my beeper? That thing's nice. But we're not actually going up in value. We're staying either the same or, going up a little bit, or worst case scenario, losing a little bit. And I mean, it's a reality. That's just what people do. And I was like, why do people do this? And my answer that I could come up with, and maybe it's completely wrong, but the answer that I think is because people want to look like they know what the hell they're talking about. And I'll explain that. That's fine. I'll explain it. They want to look like they know what the hell they're talking about, and people that know what the hell they're talking about are usually doing pretty well in life. They have a nice car, they have a nice house, they, have hobbies and, recreational activities, whatever floats your boat on that one. All sorts of stuff that they're doing that are just fun little things, and it costs money. And generally speaking, those people that actually know what the hell they're talking about, they probably can afford what they do in life, as far as house, cars, boats, whatever. It's like a drop in the bucket to them or whatever. They're probably not even flexing. They're probably spending like 20% of their income per year on all that junk. But everyone else sees that, and they go, man, I wish I could look like I know what I'm talking about. So they go run out and get themselves a Mercedes-Benz, a $250,000 house, all this stuff. And it's just it's a general insecurity that I think is, it's like perpetual almost, is like people just don't realize this. They keep running after the little, I don't know what you want to call it, little piece of candy on a string, but don't realize that they're on a hamster wheel and they're just going in circles. They can't figure it out. They're like, why can't I get to this piece of candy? Like, what's going on here? And they don't realize the whole time they're just going around in circles and not going anywhere with their life. And I see people in my life doing this, and I can only assume that there are people that I don't actually know that are just spending beyond their limits. And personally, I think that, well, what was the book? I don't know. I listened to some book, The Richest Man in Babylon. That was it. And he laid it out. It's like an old-timey sort of a book, so they kind of talk in a really strange way. Why have we got this pointed down at the road? Let's get a little view in, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, that's nice. There we go, a little higher. Got a little reference from the truck, you know what I'm saying? We're good, that's good. But that book is sort of, it's old-timey speak, if you would. They sort of talk in a different way than your average citizen today. They don't talk like I do. They talk like old-timey because it's, supposed to be set in Babylon. And I cannot remember the rule that they had. I think it was like, oh boy, I don't even know if I want to go out on a limb and like name the percentages. I'm sure that you could look it up, like percentages, income, richest man in Babylon, stuff like that. I'm sure you could figure it out. Now I just can't look it up because obviously I'm driving right now. It's just not going to happen. I don't know what to tell you. But they lay it out in a way where you have a specific amount of your income to spend, a specific amount to save, and a specific amount to invest. And if you do all those things, you'll probably end up doing pretty well. And I think that, I can't remember the exact percentages, but what's coming to mind is like something to the effect of like 65, 15, and like 10 or something like that. Where it's like you save 10%, you invest 15%, and then spend 65. Something like that. I cannot remember precisely what it is. And of course I'm not I go a little further off on the insane spectrum of that, where I save like probably 50% of what I make, something like that. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's not even a part of the video. I just wish that people looked to the future more. People live so much in the moment, it's ridiculous. They're like, oh, like, why live for tomorrow? Today is already here. Let's live right now. And it's like, yeah, I get that. But one day, I heard a guy say this, and this might be completely butchered, but I'm going to try. He said, you might be living for today, but tomorrow's going to come, and when tomorrow comes, it's going to hurt. And I was like, yes, that was the quote that I needed, because I always wish that I could explain to people that they're idiots, but I never exactly understood how I could say it without being incredibly rude. We'll leave it at that. But yeah, I don't know. People frustrate me with their antics, with their buying a whole bunch of crap, and it's all on credit, and it's way above what they could actually afford, and I don't know, they're not even saving for the future, not even, trying to seem financially responsible. Well, you know what, that's part of the problem, is they're trying to seem so financially responsible that they can just blow money. that is the primary issue that I'm trying to get at is people are blowing money trying to look like they're not blowing money. That's basically the issue. I don't know what else to say about this. Don't blow your money. That's, I always like to leave you with a little, what do you want to call it? A little lesson? No, maybe not. I don't know, like a conclusion or whatever. But I think personally that, I don't know, you have to think about the future, and you have to think about the what ifs. And I think that I'm on an alright path. I still do, like, I'm not immune to this. Like, I still do like to buy, just stuff sometimes, but I can certainly afford it. Most of my stuff that I have is cash besides my little Malibu that I got, and that's just because I don't feel like paying it off. Doesn't seem like a good idea, but 'tis what it is.